IVM.
कृपया ध्यान दीजिए, the language used on the podcast may not be fit for consumption. We warn you, tread carefully. But listen yaar, don't be so conservative. Thursday evening, and normally cock and bull, but Amit is very busy cleaning his brand new car, and Silvery is tired. And also, we've got a breakthrough guest, one of the legends. We have got a legend, one of the greats, maybe the greatest of all time in his profession. I'll reveal his name in a minute or so. But first, I just want to mention something to people out there. Please stop approaching me and asking me to help you become an actor or a VJ or a dancer or a singer. I am struggling to work myself. I can't help you. I wish I could, but I can't. I don't know what to say anymore. But people come. One guy has made a movie, some sort of home film, erotic one, I presume, and he sent me that. It's a 22-minute film. I don't know. I think his name is Nagesh or Mahesh or something. I don't know what to say. He wants me to review it and then go to producers for him and find people who will distribute the film. I don't think that's going to be possible. I blame the pandemic so far, but now I'm running out of excuses. So please don't come to us. Even Amitabh Bachchan is struggling these days. It's not easy. Life is tough. So without wasting any more time, let's go to the legend I mentioned. Uske pehla, बहुत बड़ा नाम है, very big man, very big face, very well known. Not somebody we can disassociate from the entire brand of his industry, which is cuisine, food, khana, pakana, khana khazana actually is what will bring recognition immediately to you.
If you're a cricket fan, check out Edges and Sledges, India's favorite cricket podcast.
The podcast focuses on Indian cricket, the IPL, and has a ton of banter both on and off the field.
We talk about the week's biggest cricket stories with current and ex-international cricketers, coaches, or sometimes just between us.
And it's hosted by me, DJ.
Me, Varun.
And me, Ashwin.
New episodes release every week.
You can catch us on the IVM Podcast's website, app,
or wherever you get your podcasts from.
Check out the Edges and Sledges Cricket Podcast.
The one and only Sanjeev Kapoor.
Yes, Sanjeev Kapoor is here. Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you.
यार मेरी शादी के जैसा था for a second, because you know this is exactly what happened. They made an announcement and my wife didn't turn up for about 12 seconds, and I thought abhi kya hua? That was very. Now of course I regret that she did turn up. She's here, so I better keep it down, Sanjeev. Please understand.
I know.
You're a powerful person, but no one can come between the baby and the husband. That's a beating that no one can come between. Sir, firstly, let me tell you, super honor for us. I mean, honestly, I meant everything I said in the beginning, because you are food in India. You change the world. I mean, today we've got all these youngsters, Insta pe aate jate bhi. They've got lots of following. No disrespect to them. Some of them are obviously very good also. But you are the guy who created the industry. The whole industry where you both talk about food, you examine food, and then you basically push the food agenda in different ways, which we'll come to as much as we can in this talk. So first, I just want to praise you, touch your feet, clean your shoes, and tell you what a great man you are, sir, and what a great honor it is for us. And let me tell everyone, he is a Padma Shri awardee. So he is both formally well known as well as informally, because I mean, every middle class housewife across the country, sir, मेरे ख्याल से you were like a sex symbol for a little while, because everywhere, no, everyone. I'm just thinking back to my growing up years and Khana Khazana and the impact. I mean, you owned a certain segment of the audience. Let's be honest. Karan Johar used to call up and say, "Oh, Sanjeev Kapoor mein kya hai, yaar? I want that kind of fan following." And that's why he went into this whole family thing, because you got the family thing. You were the first person to do it. Chalo, ho gaya. Cheragiri band ho gaya abhi. Let's go right to the beginning.
Ho gaya. But thank you very much, Cyrus. I've been watching you, and great body of work that you have done, and I have loads and loads of respect for people who can bring a smile on other people's face, and that needs great skill and intelligence. So I always respect people who are intelligent. So I would say that what you have been doing is fantastic. Keep on doing that. So it's an honor for me to be on this show. Thank you for having me. Thank you very much. And I must also tell you, कि खाने में एक और there's a person who you're very close to, and he keeps on meeting me and he keeps on talking about you a lot, and at times I feel वो अपने बारे से बारे में उतनी बात नहीं करता जितनी तुम्हारे बारे में करता है. That's Kunal.
Sir, that's a dangerous territory, sir. That's dangerous territory. आपका कहने का मतलब क्या है? Let me ask you frankly.
बीच के मतलब में मत जाओ. मत
हाँ
मतलब में
जी,
मत
हाँ
जाओ.
जी,
क्या
हाँ,
अच्छा
हाँ.
है? Yeah.
But I
No, no,
think
but
उसका एक ही option है. He's looking for work. He's looking for नौकरी. That's why he comes to you all the time. So be careful. Always keep the phone off. We'll talk about him if we have time. But I just so much to talk about you. So let's try and put as much as we can. Sir, let's go. I mean, there's all the awards, the Padma Shri, the fact that you're a one-man industry, that you're almost like the father of the nation, the food nation, so to speak. But before that, I want to know how before Khana Khazana, what happened? That's the bit which you're not able to get enough research on. So tell us about young Sanjeev Kapoor. Not to say that you're not young Sanjeev Kapoor, you're evergreen, like the famous Devanand. वो तो है, sir. You and I, we are never going to age. Don't worry. But can we?
Exactly. No. We started early. We had the distinct advantage. मैं टीवी में तब आ गया था, खाने का शो मेरा था, मैं 3 महीने का था. So we started early. So उसमें क्या फर्क होता है, right?
Fair enough.
So yeah, before I started TV, actually TV started because I had achieved my professional peak in some sense on world of cuisine very early. I was awarded best executive chef of the country when I was 28 years old. So अब उस समय लगा कि अरे I've got all this, and now what? Is this the end of me as a professional, or is it just going to be कि, you are in this hotel, from here you will go to say, or you will stick there only? So that bothered me, and because of that, I got into other things, including TV, and then that changed. So before that, I as a child, I had no clue कि खाना कैसे बनता है. I had no clue who a chef was. My brother's hobby was cooking. वो chartered accountant बन गया. Okay. For me, everybody
भाई तो है ओरिजिनल संजीव कपूर.
was Rajiv Kapoor.
राजीव कपूर.
हाँ, बिल्कुल उसका नाम राजीव कपूर. हाँ, तो now anyway, उसने भी CA किया, but CA करके उसकी practice नहीं, is a strategy consultant now. For me, most of my batchmates and everybody used to say, ये तो engineering करेगा, IIT में जाएगा. So that is what I didn't like. How can people tell me what I'll do? I'll do what I want to do, and I didn't know what I wanted to do.
Goodness की बात है. You became the number one chef in the country out of goodness.
हाँ, बात वो नहीं करूँगा जो लोग. That's right. So that's exactly what I thought, that I'll do something which nobody is into. Nobody definition was nobody in our family, friends, neighborhood. So, and at that time nobody was a chef. I thought, wow. So if I could have been a hairdresser, I could have been I don't know what. So it was just I would say sheer chance, just the fun of standing out. कि वो लाइन में नहीं जाऊंगा जहाँ सब लोग खड़े हैं, अपना अकेला खड़ा हूँगा, होपफुली लाइन बन जाएगी. सिर्फ बच्चन साहब थोड़ी हम भी
अमिताभ बच्चन डायलॉग सर, अमिताभ बच्चन डायलॉग that has been re-edited.
बच्चन साहब भी थोड़ी हम भी बनवा सकते हैं.
But it's it's an unbelievable story. I honestly can't believe it. You're telling me कि बचपन में there was no interest or idea or passion about cooking and chef and all this culture was not there, and you suddenly said that I don't want to do what other people want me to do. I want to find something else, and that's the only reason.
That's correct. So I actually wonder many times, I meet to जितने people who have achieved something in their field right from childhood, they knew this was their passion. They will also have photographs for supporting that, right? They will have everything. And मेरा कुछ नहीं. I'm a non-person.
College में मैंने
ऐसे वैसे था, ऐसा कुछ नहीं. I had, so that's why I say that why is my life not so exotic like most such people? Why did I not come to Bombay and I had to stay for 7 days on some platform और खाने को नहीं था? ऐसा कुछ नहीं हुआ मेरे साथ में.
अरे यार,
it has been a bed of roses.
Seriously. No, this is a great point, Sanjeev. This is the absolutely best point. I want to talk about this for 1 second. We must form a group of people to say struggle तो इतना तो नहीं था. Let it be. We just chose one road. The road led to the right place, and everybody. Otherwise, they overdo the struggle. यार, everybody overdoes कि मैंने क्या किया life में, मैंने कितना मेहनत से काम किया, effort करके sacrifice.
Yeah, I said no. Nothing happened to me. So whatever. Maybe it's just that what we go through normally, people read that as struggle. I think if there is somebody who had some sleepless nights finding a job, but that's okay. You move a city and you had to stay with some friends, or you had to. It's okay. If you have to travel by public transport, it's okay. What's the big deal? Why do you need to celebrate all that and say, oh my God, this is something that was so tough. You don't know. Don't even try going there. I said, no, it's actually not like that. Most lives are actually fun if you want them to be. I can celebrate a burnt toast.
Then we'll be talking about my cooking, not yours. But what you said brings to mind our friend Kunal, who just now has gone to celebrate a birthday. So he bunked the shoot. We have a weekly shoot, which pays our bills. He's supposed to be there, but he couldn't. I can't come and whatever. So I said, but whose birthday is it? So you presume, like you said, big struggle and all that. It is some 3-year-old child you've not seen for 2 years. The guy's in the army, then he goes for the birthday. This is a 57-year-old man going to Chandigarh to celebrate a 63-year-old man's birthday. Shri Baman Irani, great actor.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's the third person of your trio that I know. Yes.
Trio तो नहीं है सर, वो in between ये सिलसिला की कहानी है. Except the only men in the story. We'll leave it for some other time, the discussion. Let's get back to
it.
So this is true what you're.
मुझे अच्छा याद आया. My daughter reminded me yesterday कि उसका गिटार बमन साहब के पास में पड़ा हुआ है. So I have to get that back. Yeah.
वो वापस नहीं मिलेगा अभी सर. They'll have to. It'll be litigation. मैं सच बताऊं, litigation. Nothing less. Yeah. Okay. Tell your daughter we'll definitely. She played some song with him or something. She did some event with Baman.
No. So actually, we wanted him to play for Akshay Patra, which I support. So he was doing a show and he said, यार मेरे पास गिटार नहीं. मैं कहा मैं भेज देता हूँ. So I sent her guitar. तो फिर मैं लेने के लिए वो ड्राइवर नहीं भेजा अभी तक वापस. ड्राइवर तो उनके पास खैर कोई बात.
So इसमें सिर्फ ड्राइवर का struggle है. Nobody else's so far. So coming back to your story, which I hope this is completely true. I'm sure you're not making it up. So you just on a whim literally said, यार मुझे engineering नहीं करना है, मुझे ये नहीं करना है. I'm just going to go and do my own thing, and you went. Never. Just tell us one thing. Never have you been in the kitchen as a kid and tried anything. Never. Because most chefs who come here, they always.
No. So I think each child probably would have played in the kitchen. That's why you have things like Play-Doh and all, right? So I have distinct memories of making the chapati when I was a kid, right? But I didn't even know who a chef was. We were not the kinds which went to hotels where the chefs were. We were living in a place where even samosa, dosa, chole bhature, everything was made at Punjab Sweet House, right? So there was nothing. There was chef, owner, malik, mithai, jalebi भी वही बनाते थे, dosa भी वही बनाते थे. However, good, bad. So we had no clue. So, but did I try to roll a chapati? Yes, I did. But that does not mean that I was doing it because I would have become a chef and that is what my interest was. वो मैंने गिल्ली डंडा भी खेला है, मैंने क्रिकेट भी खेला है, बास्केटबॉल भी खेला है. But the many things I did. Many things, right? I did many, but that does not mean that it will qualify as that one day I'll become this, right? So, no.
Sanjeev Kapoor ka cover drive. World famous today.
Yeah, but actually, a good thing is that when you become successful, people start listening to you or सब कुछ, and then you can get away with anything. So I joke about it.
वो legend और legacy की बात चलती है उसके बाद.
And I talk about this. I said, and there would be people, 1,000, 2,000 people sitting, and I would say, when मैं 3 महीने का था जब मैंने रुमाली रोटी बना के उछाली थी. People say, oh, clap. But listen to me what I'm saying. 3 महीने में मतलब मैं चंडीगढ़ कर सकता था क्या रुमाली रोटी का बनाऊंगा.
This is the ultimate bakra. Please do that because they are like your disciples. They are never going to question it. So you can say anything.
I know. And actually they clap and say, oh my God. कमाल है आप मतलब कैसा बनाते हो क्या बना दो बेवकूफ बना दो सुन लो but no but that's a fact. I had no clue who chef was but no, having said that, I must also tell you that I had a creative need. Whatever I would do, it had to be something creative. I would do that. If I was not a chef, I probably would have been an architect. And I would have been a good architect. I would have been a successful architect. It's not that कि मैं खराब होता.
So you would have built the hotel and taken care of the food.
वो भी हो सकता है. उसके बाद वो भी करता है.
But then give us, okay, I don't know how to ask this question now because you've disproved all my theories. और 3-4 chefs जो है अपने biodatas में, we have got 3-4 online here. They've all had stories about bachpan. Not to put anyone down, but they've had stories with say dadimas cooking or something. You know, there's always some connection where they felt they had talent and then it grows. You're the greatest, the biggest name of all, and you're saying it only happened almost like an accident. So how do you know you were
let me
good?
say this. If I start saying this, right, that will be written more. It's what people want to talk, right? So there have been times when many filmmakers have come to me, okay, and they say, "पर film नहीं बना पाते बेचारे मेरे ऊपर," because they say, "Sir, कुछ struggle बताओ, sir." And I said, "Why is it so important?" नहीं sir, graph चाहिए होता है. So I think if I look at many TV shows where it's so famous cooking reality show, I judged it. And in audition, we would have earpiece and वहाँ से director बोलेगा, sir इसकी back story बड़ी अच्छी है. Okay, what? So वो उनके ऐसा घर में ना वो ऐसा था, so they ill-treated when she was a child and she was abused and this was the case and this and that. पूरा दिन हमने audition कर दिया and I lost my head and I said कोई ऐसा भी भेज दो जिसको खाना बनाना आता हो. So this is what unfortunately we seek this and we get it, right? But reality is very different. Realism is important. Reality is people in that, and this is something which I did for many years. I used to ask my daughters. I said maybe there's something wrong with me that I didn't know that what I would want to become when I would grow up. So my daughters every year when they were let's say 3-4 years old, from there I started to ask, बेटा बड़े होके क्या बनोगे, कैसे होगा, क्या है पैशन, क्या है, what is your this thing. And one of the best answers I liked from my younger daughter back then was, I was asking, क्या बनना है बड़े होके? And she says, मम्मी.
Safe.
Now we think in our mind, बड़े होके क्या बनना is probably they are reading it as profession. They don't even know what profession is, right? So it is in normal life. It's okay not to know. It's okay to be fine with the life the way it is and discover and excel in it. It's not that कि बचपन निकल गया अब तो हमारी लाइफ में कुछ हो ही नहीं सकता, right?
Correct.
So it's not like that. I think if tomorrow I decide that this is what I want to do and maybe I put enough focus, I can bring success to it, and all of us can do it.
Yeah, no, I think it's great because everybody else has got this story which you can't relate to. क्योंकि इतना talent था सचिन तेंदुलकर के जैसा कि 12 years old he could play for India that good. But I think it's great to see that what you're saying is you actually only found yourself in a sense in adulthood. It has no connection really with the past. It is adulthood. But how did you know you were good? That's the question. Because obviously, I mean, you must have had the talent must have also been not just taught. It had to be there already. So how did you know कि ये मेरा
Yeah.
काम है?
No. So what I said was that if I was an architect, I would be a good architect. I said that also, right? Why? Because I'm confident that whatever I would do diligently. If I was a student, I was a very good student. So it's what I would do diligently. I would put my heart into it. I would, if it needs practice, I would do practice. So first day on the first job that I took, we were taken on an induction in the hotel, and we met the executive chef. We only 6 of us in our batch, and I asked the chef, "Sir, how old are you?" And he said, "I'm 40." I said, "Thank you, sir." He said, "Oh, no, why did you ask?" I said, "No, I just want to know that to become an executive chef, how long does it take?" So he said, "Oh, so now that you're asking, let me also tell you, I'm the youngest that the company has, and it has taken me 20 years." I said, "Okay, thank you."
Wow.
And he said, "No, now that you know, what will you do?" I said, "No, I'll try and become one in 10 years." And he laughed. He said, "I just told you I'm the youngest. It has taken me 20 years. People take much more." And I said, "That's fine. I'll try in 10 years." He says, "How will you try?" I said, "If people work 8 hours, I'll work 16 hours." It's elementary Dr. Watson, right? So it's not something which is rocket science. Everybody laughed, but I exactly knew what I wanted to do, right? And I became much before that.
How many years?
Little less than 8 years.
What? World record?
Yeah. No, not now the rules are, yeah. So now the rules have changed. Now younger people can. So by the time I became, some rules had changed in that sense. And of course, I worked towards it. I worked hard. I exactly knew Before me, the hotel that I joined, 6 months before me, a batchmate of mine, he joined and he says, "Why don't you come in with me?" And I said that I would not join at this position. I would be joining at executive chef. And he laughed and said, "तेरा तो दिमाग के रात तेरा दिमाग पता नहीं कैसे चलता है." And there was no TV, there was nothing. Batchmate, right? And 6 months later, I came in as his boss, same hotel. He
Ooh.
says, "Oh my God." And he said, "Did you know this?" I said, "No, I did not know it." I had the conviction. Right? So I think
How was the relationship, but after that?
no. Even now, it's very good. Very good relationship we have. He's now in Singapore. He manages one of the best places there. He's very good. So that's I think if you want to do something, if you want to achieve something, you want to succeed, there are elements that have to go in, and then it is. Most people think it happens by chance. It does not. Nothing happens by chance. People say, TV show मिल गया आपको तो आप तो ऐसे हो गए. And I was to just do one episode like everybody else. So there were about 20 odd chefs who were to do one episode. It's just that I converted that opportunity from one episode to 19 years. I was not the
Wow.
first chef on that show. People don't know this.
Really?
Yeah, people don't know, right? So there were other chefs who were to do one episode. I was also doing one episode, but I converted that into 19 years. From that, took over production. I started my own TV channel. So it's
But
something that if
Sanjeev,
you work, yeah.
sorry, did you know this in your mind? I'm talking when you're at that age, when you just enter the TV line and you're doing that one episode. Did you know? No, did you know ki this is the future? Let me try and move into this area and I'll have a larger audience, or that just also
No,
just happened because they liked you?
no. I did not know. So people often ask me, "आपको पता था आप इतने बड़े हो जाएंगे?" मैंने कहा, "ये मैं पिछले 20 साल से आंसर कर रहा हूँ. 20 साल बाद भी ये होगा. You will laugh and say, "Did you know that you will reach here?" So you don't even know whether, because each day that I start, this is the first day of my career, right? That's how I treat it. So it's not something that I say कि अच्छा ये अब आप टॉप पे पहुंच गए. मैं तो ये पहली सीढ़ी है. आपको ऐसा लग रहा है कि ये आखिरी सीढ़ी है, मुझे लग रहा है पहली सीढ़ी है. So if you work with that conviction, then it's easy, right? So no, I did not know, because I did not know that canvas. I had no
Correct,
clue
exactly.
how big the canvas is. I had no clue, but I was contributing much more than any other chef. So much so, the producer director at that time, he said कि अरे आपके साथ में एक एपिसोड कर रहे हैं, but you spend so much time understanding who the viewer is, what is all of that. Can you be our food consultant? I said yes. Now I was spending more time, right? And we laugh, we meet. So Hansal Mehta, director,
Yeah, director.
he was, yes. Hansal was the producer director of Khana Khazana. He made that show. So he said that I knew from day one that you are the one, right? But he gave me the first episode, that I want you to do the first episode because you spent so much time with me. I said, okay. After that first episode, there was a hostess and I was the chef. He says, your reactions to food are very good. The hostess is not good. You come as the host and we'll get other chef. I said, okay. Now the other chef who I mentioned, who was my batchmate, who was reporting to me, he came in as first episode and I was the host. We did 3 episodes like that. All 3 were rejected.
Really?
Then other chefs came in. A lady host came in, because cookery show host cannot be
Male.
a male. So Sanjeev Kapoor out.
Sexism, sir. Sexism charge.
Yes,
I'm putting
yes,
it down, calling my lawyer right now.
yes. So no, this was what the at that time the show sponsor. They actually did that anyway. So out, I said, "Chupchap khana banao hotel mein." That's what I'm doing. But I still continued till one day Hansal called me and he said, "Can you help me? Can you come and shoot?" I said, "What happened?" He said, "The people who were to come and shoot, they have not showed up. Now I have full set, everything ready. I don't know who to call at such short notice." I said, "But you know that my episodes were rejected. So I'm not the person." He said, "In any case, I spent the money. You come and do this, we'll see." I came in, I shot something without preparation, without anything. He slipped that into TV channel. And after that, as they say, that went on air, because earlier 3 episodes didn't go on air. This went on air and after that it is history.
तो उसमें डायनामिक क्या था? जैसा you had the other chef and you had the lady, तो इसमें it was you alone.
So there was a lady host, and I was the chef. So Hansel gave me this brief. He says, "Yeah, isko thoda. I know you. I know your wit, your humor. You put her to place." I said, "No, that's not right. I can't do that." He says, "No, but please." So I made it interesting. I made the whole show interesting. I made it interactive with the viewers because I didn't want to talk to her that much because that was the brief. That okay, do what you do best, kind of thing. So I started talking to the viewers. I included them. I threw questions at them. I asked for response from them. So it just worked really well. And of course, bit of luck also that the show went on air. Next week, the next episode that was to go on air could not go on air, and my episode was repeated because those are the days when tapes used to go to Hong Kong. For whatever reason, tape did not reach Hong Kong. Okay, and at the end of the episode, I had asked people. Okay, since I was creating a new recipe, the host asked me what is the name of the dish, and I just didn't want to answer. I said I don't know. Let the viewers tell us what the answer, what the name of the dish should be, right? And because of that, the response, there were no computers, there was no email, there was nothing. People used to write on postcards. Those letters came into hundreds of thousands. And since it went on for 2 weeks, there were more letters. Suddenly the response department at ZTV saw, oh my God, what has happened? Number one show that got highest response was Khana Khazana. They checked which episode. Oh, this episode was called the producer director. He was in any case looking at the opportunity to bring me in. See, I've been telling you, Hansel told the channel, I've been telling you he's the guy, he's the only one who can do this. Look, he's gone on air, you rejected him, look at the response. Think what will happen if he's doing the show. And that's it.
Wow. What was the dish's name? What is it in the end?
Okay.
Popularity.
So one dish that I created, I named. I called it Sham Savar. That also became very, very popular. And second dish was a complicated dish, and it was a breast of chicken which I had stuffed with some spinach and some cheese, and I had flambéed with coin through and orange sauce and things like that. I had created. So it's something which I had not given a name. So names poured in by some potli chicken, santra chicken, this orange chicken, whatever, flambe, whatever. The different names that came in. So yeah, it just happened like that.
What a story. So there's a lot of destiny in this story, yeah, sir. Kuch bhi kaho. There's things are falling into place, not always by your plan. Of course, then you taken the opportunity properly, as you said, 19 years run, you became your own industry, and you started your own channel. You had the vision to start that also, so everything went in place. We are running out of time because I have to get Silvery on. I want to get 2-3 points in at least fast. One, best chef of India by the government of India. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes. I could have got the best executive chef of the country. I got that when I was 28. And I should have got 1 or 2 years earlier than that. The problem was that jury actually told me, you don't even have a single gray hair. Because I was changing the rules of the game, right? So anyway, I got that. And by that time, I was people started to know who I was, what I was doing. TV had started little bit, and anybody who would meet me knew that I was different. I not only knew food, I knew the little bit also
history,
everything. Whether it was science of it, art of it, maths of it, everything. Because
you brought the scholar approach. I think everyone followed after that for the scholarly approach. Because from start to finish.
So remember, if everybody thought that I should be into IIT, so I had the basic intellect to do that, right? So it's something which was not something.
Sir, you would have been heading Amazon. Imagine.
Now,
not okay, Twitter also, yeah. Wow.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, Twitter. Parag की जगह नहीं वो तो.
ठीक है, जाने दो. Give him a chance.
नहीं खाना देखने से लगता है खाना भी अच्छा खाता है बनाता भी होगा पता ऐसा लगता है.
Of course.
Yeah. So I think that best chef, so I'm sure whatever they were deciding when they had a look at who to give, it would not have been very difficult at that. That I'm sure. So yeah,
But
definitely feels very good when not only your industry gives you, when government gives you the best chef of India award.
yeah, see, it's the award for number one. I always believe there's only one award that's important. If you're doing anything in your life, you become number one, and then you can put your head up. Otherwise, it doesn't really matter number two to 100, frankly speaking. So I'm just
That's
saying,
right.
to get national recognition, official recognition as the number one chef in a country which has so many cuisines,
That is true. That is
I mean, it's no small
yeah.
achievement. And to consider you just decided one day to cross the road and decide I'll get into the cuisine business. It's a fantastic story. I hope you're writing your book, sir. Picture to baki hai, but book has to come. Couple of quickly, if I can get Ayurvedic cooking you have made famous. Tell a little bit about that.
Right. So I always believed. So when I started cooking, for first 2 weeks I was working in the Chinese kitchen. So मेरे दिमाग में आया, I said that no matter what I do, there would be a Chinese-looking guy who would be considered better than I. If I do French cooking, that is how it would be. So I said the best chance that I have.
You are a victim of sexism, racism,
Yes,
anti-nationalism, all these factors, huh?
but these are real
Stories.
reasons, right? So
Uh,
I said that let me stick to who I am, what would be relatable to me. So I started focusing on food from our country, and then I realized that what. So just by chance, I was at some conference, and I heard a doctor who was also a historian, and it just opened my mind. I said, "Oh my God, what are they talking?" And through him, I got connected to many historians in this country. So I said we should write something, like you said, a book. I said let's do some serious work on ancient Indian food. So he said, okay. We contacted the 20 top historians of India. We were sitting, and I started talking on food and little bit, and all these historians looked at me and smiled, and they said, "But you're talking of modern India. I thought you wanted ancient India." And I was talking about, let's say, Mughlai and all. He says, but that's only 400 years old. If you want ancient. And then I started to realize that we have history, we have text, we have material. There is so much of data that's there. So why don't we start studying that? And great work has been done on medicine. So earlier, all the medicine that was there, it was pivoted around food, right? आज हम बोलते हैं हल्दी, turmeric is very good, curcumin, right? So all this data is there, documented, very well documented. So I started working towards this, started to propagate it, and now I'm doing more where I'm working on products as so food as medicine. So we just launched a turmeric lozenge. Okay, there's a global patent on it, and it's antiseptic, antifungal, antimicrobial, anti-aging, antiseptic, anti-inflammatory. Such great products just made from haldi, right? Made from, of course, there's a process that we
Haldi is very healthy. There's no question. Sir,
yes,
I also
that's
use it.
very
I
good.
use haldi all the time. For cuts and all that I've been using from childhood. I'm a huge fan of haldi. Love it completely.
Oh, it is fantastic, fantastic.
To this lozenge, just to clarify, you have it in the mouth, huh? Nowhere else. For those people who are looking for remedies.
Yeah, yeah. So no, so you have it, and leave it.
Uh,
Don't chew, don't suck. Just leave it. It automatically. So the buccal cavity that's there, whatever you keep it, it goes directly into your blood. It bypasses your gastric system. It's like वो होता है ना कि हार्ट अटैक होने वाला है, गोली छोटी सी जबान के नीचे रख लो, right? So
hmm.
that's what you have to do. That is buccal cavity. It has great nerve ends. So whatever is there, that's why you have to chew your food well.
So 1 minute. You're saying it has to melt in the mouth on its own. You don't chew it.
Yeah, but in the sense you delay the process. Don't chew it. No, keep it in your mouth and leave it so that it has a chance to go directly into your blood. That's when it works best.
Very interesting.
So one lozenge that we have, yeah, it has absorption of about 9 teaspoons of haldi.
In one lozenge.
Yes, and there's a global patent on it.
So do you realize that now you've gone towards medicine? Like you said, I have to do something more. So now you've turned your eye from food to
Yeah,
medicine.
so this is what I decided as soon as COVID hit. We started supplying food to hospitals, healthcare workers, along with Taj, and for 35 odd hospitals we all over India we started supplying. And I said that now I have to work more towards health. So that's what I spend most time on now, towards health.
What a career, sir. Fantastic. But we have to get Silvery in. We've gone way out of time. I can't even mention. Please look up Google Sanjeev Kapoor's achievements. We've only touched one or two, but they're non-stop. I think he must have forgotten. We would do a show just to remind you because you will not remember some of them. But Silvery will join us. And as he joins us, I'm going to ask one question which I'm dying to ask you, which is what do you feel about the position of you being like a chef who then, of course, talks about food vis-a-vis the guy who is a food critic, as in amateur guy who loves food, the guys that we have on Insta, one of our friends we mentioned. Do you need to be a chef or do they also have a place? I mean, the credibility ki factor hai usme.
No. So no credibility kaisa nahi hai. So it's a chef can cook, right? But you can be a consumer, right? A consumer, it's not that you need to cut your hair to say that my hair is nice or not, right? It does not work like that. It doesn't. So food you can appreciate without cooking also.
It's like the coach who's not played cricket or football, then coaching the team. It's like that. That's the question. Then when you are talking and he is talking, who do we listen to, for example? But they are very, very passionate also. They are passionate.
Correct. So it's not, it depends on what is being taught. So if you are talking of some expertise, you better have that expertise. Don't. So I say this: if you are commenting on something and on someone, then there's a greater responsibility that you have. Then you better talk sense. Better talk something that you are capable of talking. Just don't talk because you have the opportunity.
So, wo mera philosophy hai. What are you saying? I'm very upset.
No. Because you get paid to make,
not have an expertise.
No, not as an expertise. It's entertainment more than expertise, Cyrus, most of the time, and that's your expertise. Entertainment is your expertise. So if people cannot entertain the way you can, then that's nonsense, right? But your nonsense is your expertise.
Now you become a vakil. You've gone from medicine to law. Just see how quickly. Fantastic.
Oh, okay. नहीं सॉरी मैं लॉयर भी हूँ वो छोड़ दो सर मेरी बात छोड़ दो
लॉयर है मतलब एलएलबी है
मेरी बात छोड़ दो वो बहुत चीजें
आई एम नॉट डूइंग दिस पॉडकास्ट यू आर ओवर अचीवर फॉर दिस लेवल पॉडकास्ट यू आर एन ओवर अचीवर मिस्टर कपूर प्लीज वी कांट डू इट
I know बंद करो ये बकवास okay. No, I think it's when you have to do something if you don't understand so people say अच्छा आप entrepreneur हो या chef हो and it's a chef by definition is an entrepreneur. If you are selling your food you are in business of it. It's not your hobby. People वो छुप जाते हैं. No, I'm a creative person so I don't understand this. No, then don't do business. Okay? कि खाना बनाओ, hobby करो, free में खिलाओ. But if you are in charging, then you have to understand that there's a responsibility that you have. Right? So it's like अगर आप ये शो कर रहे हैं, right? Cyrus, and you say that I can crack my jokes, but the flow of voice, the modulation, the way I would speak, the way I would listen, I don't. Somebody else. That does not happen. There's a producer, but that job is different. You are here and you are taking your calls. You may have producer may have given you 30 questions. And you may not decide to ask any of those, right? And still make the show very interesting.
It's a great example because this producer is so lazy, he didn't even send me the biodata. He's that bad. And normally he's supposed to do that. In fact, let's get him on now and ask him why.
Hey everybody, it's been another great week on the IVM Podcast Network. On The Habit Coach, Ashton talks to Garima Pandey. She is the co-founder of Wandering Jane. They discuss solo travel and how it's perceived. Does the story of a fake lawyer on the run sound interesting to you? Then definitely tune into Misconduct. Raghavi and Nisha discuss the story of Ceci Xavier. On KBCD, Farad and Sunitru discuss how sometimes people don't feel inclined towards sex, some possible causes, and how it's okay to feel so occasionally. On Press Decode, Sarah and Prafula are joined by author and journalist Sandeep Roy. They discuss the no stags policy that many bars and restaurants follow across the country. Do check out Hanswani, the story Tirthan talks to us about the aspiration and challenges of widowed women. Do follow us on social media. We're IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Also, do remember, go check out our website, ivmpodcast.com/YouTube, to get a list of all of our YouTube channels. And remember, if you're enjoying this show or any of our other shows for that matter, please do tell a friend. And finally, we would like to thank our sponsors on the network this week: Cred, Bank of Baroda, HDFC Mutual Fund, CoinSwitch, Kuber, Intel, and Oxfam India. Thank you so much for making this possible.
Silvery, Rascal, come and join.
Oh.
And by the way, he's also
Hello, sir.
Hi.
He's also what you call an amateur. Pandemic, mein, he's become a let's not say chef, but
Super amateur. Yes. Super amateur. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun to explore my cooking side. Yes.
Sure.
Sir, again, huge fan of yours. I must say, Yellow Chili in Powai used to be one of our favorite restaurants. My entire family were the huge regulars of Yellow Chili restaurant, and it's so great to be talking to you, sir. I mean, I know it's very sad. अभी दादर में है, तो दादर पे जाते रहते हैं हम लोग.
But the point is, actually, I'm telling you this as a fact. 4 times increase कभी दुनिया में सुना है? तो हमने कहा बंद कर देते हैं, हमें नहीं चाहिए. उसके बाद में आएगी, प्लीज कर लेंगे. अब नहीं करेंगे, हमारा मूड नहीं है.
4 times increase. We are all in the wrong business. But Silvery, complaint क्या था? Complaint भी था ना? Offline you had said that you go to the restaurant. Now have the guts to tell Mr. Kapoor on his face. He asked.
Yeah. I was like, the staff is too sweet. I was like, the staff is too nice. The food is too good. That was my complaint. Yes, it should be that good also.
He wanted the Punjabi discount. He would not get that.
Yes, that is true. Yes.
They would say, there's such a thing as Punjabi discount. वो मिला नहीं. He was very upset.
Even I wouldn't get it. Yeah, that's the problem. Those are the rules.
बाकी सबको मिलेगा. That's the philosophy of the restaurant. ठीक है. Come, Silvery, we've gone a little long.
Sir,
Can we get AMAs?
We have a ton of AMA questions. So before that, I just want to talk about your food network. It's a 24/7 running food channel. How did that come about, sir? Because again, that's a lot of food content for one channel to basically be putting out, right?
That's not difficult. That's not so people often say 24 hours. 24 hours on broadcast is never 24 hours. It is maximum 4 to 5 hours. सबसे पहली बात. तो जो बोलता है 24 घंटे का चैनल है, कंटेंट तो 4-5 घंटे का ही होता है, बाकी तो रिपीट चलाते हैं. सभी न्यूज चैनल भी वैसे चलाते हैं, सब लोग वैसे ही चलाते हैं, right? It's never 24 hours. So one, that is not difficult. Two, the reason to start that was, see, when I was doing this show on BTV, I started to become famous. I would have books, my website, my restaurants, many other things. And I realized that the biggest reason for that was my reach and popularity through that show. And I said, कल को ये चैनल बंद हो जाएगा तो फिर क्या होगा? तो मैंने कहा जी चैनल ही अपना चालू कर देते हैं, फिर हमें गाना शो कौन बंद करेगा? So that was the motivation. And it's true.
Wow, it's very, very cool. Yeah,
I'm not kidding. Yeah, because now it's my channel. अब कौन बंद करेगा मुझे? कोई नहीं कर सकता, right? But it was not easy. I didn't even think that I will launch it myself. I went to different networks. They laughed at me. They said, "पागल हो गया, तो कुछ चलता है, खाने का चैनल 24 hours इतना कौन देखेगा?" So I was mad to start it, and we've had it for 12 years now. I'm glad we did.
But everybody says, Sanjeev, what you said, they all say the same thing. Ki yaar, itna mehna, 24 hours, how will you cope? And what you're saying is that nobody knows the actual answer is actually 5 to 8 hours or something, which anyone who's run 24-hour channels knows later you're repeating a lot of stuff also. But they don't get that.
Yeah.
But I have another complaint. You have a young lady, not young, well, sort of young, Amrita Raichand, who works for you.
Yes.
She's very badly behaved in the gym, in the morning. Very badly behaved. Leaves the weights lying around. Makes grunting noises, stares me down. Very aggressive. बहुत aggressive है वो.
My sincere apologies. ये हमें होटल में पहले सुना. When we work in hotels, हम होते कोई किसी के लिए माफी मांग लो. उसका सर गलती.
Correct. But that's true. Indian hospital.
उसको बोलेंगे बिल नहीं देगी. No bill. Free.
That's वो तो नहीं होता, but तमीज से बात करते हैं and they're very nice. When you call up the hotel, I must say that Indian hotels are unbelievable. The way they treat you. It may be fake, but with a lot of love. No.
Lot of. So my dear friend, he heads the Taj Group now. So बहुत ज्यादा ही ख्याल रखते हैं ऐसे कि मतलब तुम लोग इतना ऐसे करते हो कि लेट जाते हो, तुम लोग ऐसे करते हो कि सर ये वो, but they're brilliant. I think Indian hospitality is top in the world.
Once you travel, you realize Indian hotels Zindabad, 100%.
बैग खुद लेके जाओ, सीढ़ी पे जाके लेके जाओ, ये करो वो करो, पानी मांग लिया तो
back in the nobody's going to carry your bag once you enter New York, for example. वो तो हो गया. Yeah. Chalo, AMA time, beta. There are lots of questions coming in. Let's try and fit in rather.
Follow me at Instagram and Twitter on Bored Brocha. I'm so bored. I need your help. I need your love. I need your touch. Okay, just follow me.
Yes, tons of questions. This first one comes in from Rajesh Hosali. He says, "Hi, this is Rajesh from Switzerland. Been a regular listener during my walks, so thanks for the daily cadence. Motivates me to walk. Had a question for Sanjeev ji." He says, "Sanjeev ji, what are those 3 qualities you look for in a person that makes someone a good chef?"
Okay, so first is attitude to learn, attitude to say that I can do it. I'm willing to learn even if I don't know. Great value system. All those boring things that as a kid, which parents and teachers said, whether that person has a good value system.
They're all true. Damn it, they're all true.
So then comes the skill set and the knowledge set in that domain. These 3, I would say, in that order.
What about love for food? वो तो नहीं है.
It's happening, na? So all the value system is love everybody, right? So that's something food comes in there.
And who doesn't love food actually? I'm a foodie. I'm a food lover. I'm thinking, कौन है वो आदमी who doesn't? At some point, I mean, everybody loves something about food and some food, so it's not possible.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All
right.
Bolo Silvi, next.
Next one comes in from Manozar. This is more of a comment than a question, but he says, "I used to watch him in school. How come he still looks so young? I look older than him." Which is very sweet. What a sweet thing to say.
He went to the wrong school.
He went to the wrong school.
Yeah. But Sanjeev, come on now. I know this is a compliment. You know, many people are saying कि 19 साल TV पे, that too we're talking 90s की ज़माना, and even now, I don't think, except for the mooch which you decided to change at one point, you look almost the same.
So remember, I was telling you about this product, Haldi, turmeric, that lozenge, and one of the things I said was anti-aging. Product is called Term Gel. This is called product placement in a show.
Superb. We are almost like Patanjali will be our sponsor after this. You don't worry. We've reached the point.
All right. Next one comes in from Abraham Uman. He says, in Mumbai, in most of the hotels, the menu list is more or less the same. What is that one food item/items or recipe that you would want to add in the menu list or see in Mumbai hotels, which has not been tried that much yet, or which has not been tried yet?
I think Ethiopian food we can have a little bit. Okay, now Google what is Ethiopian food.
मैंने खाया.
What?
They have an appam one appam like thing is there.
Oh, fantastic! It's called injera. Injera. It's a flat, very soft bread baked in the, fantastic.
Amazingly, it tastes like an appam. There must be some connection somewhere. Yeah, they must have come here. Somebody must have gone there.
Yeah. No, there's a connection. There's a connection. There's a connection in a lot of connection between Africa and here.
For example, McDonald's started in America. Now we have it here.
Yeah,
that's a connection.
That's a connection. Of course.
Very apply your mind.
Yes. All right. Next one comes in from Gayatri Ravi. She says, "We have never seen an angry Sanjeev Kapoor, especially on TV. Can you please share an incident which made you really angry in the workplace?"
But when you were judge,
you have one. You don't have any too.
Yeah. So judge, they actually wanted me to be the angry judge. Okay. So I said, ठीक है, with role playing, I'll do it. क्योंकि बाकी सबने मना कर दिया. तो किसी को निकालना होता था, किसी से गलती करनी है, तो देर से सर आप करोगे. So I said, तुम लोग सर हमारे इतने कम फेसबुक में फॉलोवर हैं और भी कम हो जाएंगे, आपको फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा. So no, but you have to ask this to my wife and my family, my daughters, who know what anger is from Sanjeev Kapoor.
All right. Cool.
I'm a good actor also, that's why.
But never on the Khana Khazana, never. Always smiling, even tempered. I don't think ever.
Yeah. No. In food, I have never cooked because I had to cook. So there's nothing that I do which I have to do. I only do things that I want to do, and I completely get immersed in that. So gussa mujhe kab aata hai, I can tell you. I cannot stand food. I cannot stand slow people. I cannot stand people who don't get things like this. So at workplace, it is difficult for me. Though now my daughters also work with me, so इसलिए मैं थोड़ा सा control करता हूँ. लंबी सांस लेता हूँ, लंबी सांस छोड़ता हूँ.
Your own genes are controlling you.
Yeah.
So do you have like a guilty pleasure food or like some food item which you don't mind eating again and again and again and again?
Yeah, all the time. There is, मतलब आपसे बात कर रहा हूँ, कॉफी बताया कि पीछे से दे देना, साइड से देना, साथ में चॉकलेट गया था ताज लैंड बैंड में,
Very nice.
शेफ बहुत अच्छा है वहाँ पे, उसने पैक करके दिया.
Product placement and also location sponsor. Everything is coming. Learn. Silver, you learn. This learning process.
बताया ना, दोस्त है मेरा भैया, बचपन का दोस्त है, बैचमेट, पुनीत चटवाल. So we have to do this.
Of course.
Scratch my back. वो कहीं मेरा नाम बोल रहा हूँ.
No, my batchmates aren't running any hotels. They have no use to me here. Really. This is a fabulous option. One of your pals is running the hotel. Of course, you're probably running the hotel yourself, Sanjeev, from what I gather. Close association with Taj.
Yeah, that too. But Oberoi Group, the CEO's name is also Sanjeev Kapoor. So you can go there. I know.
You can sign there.
Yeah. So recently we had Saransh Goila from Goila Butter Chicken on the show, and he was talking about how much free food chefs get. Is that also true for you? I'm sure it is. Like just tons of free food everywhere.
No, I'm not in that business because, and no, you can get. I decide not to get it.
Oh, okay.
And I have a very, so I told you about my friend in Taj. I'm very clear. I will pay and I'll buy that. And that's what I do with all our businesses. I have a company, Wonder Chef. हमारे fans हैं, मैं खरीदता हूँ, अपने घर में भी वैसे यूज करता हूँ. Restaurants में जाते हैं, वहाँ पे भी पैसे देते हैं. दोस्त के जाएंगे. So that option is there. You are right. That is there. But I don't exercise that option. No.
Another lesson, Silvery. Sanjeev is a man of integrity. Ab mere bare mein, I am not.
Yeah.
So you can send free food, free drinks, free everything. Just don't send free bills.
You're wearing a free T-shirt right now, Cyrus.
I'm 100% for sure.
So let me explain this why I don't do it. देखो ऐसा है, the world is quid pro quo. If they send it, they expect वो 1250 रुपए का खाना भेजेंगे, एक ट्वीट में 5 लाख से 10 लाख रुपए चार्ज करता हूँ, वो एक्सपेक्ट करेंगे. So is it fair? It's better to pay. It's cheaper.
Don't send Sanjeev any food because the payment back reverse payment is far too expensive.
Calculate कर लो यार, मैथ्स बताया, बस जाते हैं मैथ्स.
गिनके देखो भाई. Yeah, got it.
True.
Message received. Next, please.
Aditya Sharda has an interesting question. He says, AMA for Sanjeev Kapoor. How high do you rate Michelin star ratings? Do you think they are actually worth it or more of a branding concept?
Okay. So Michelin ratings are very good. They're managed really well. Unfortunately, in India, we don't have Michelin rated restaurants. So some markets, they decide that. So what it does is it brings out best in a restaurant. And also must tell you that Michelin star ratings are for a restaurant. It's good for branding also. So some countries use that as a branding. Last I know where a government paid to Michelin star to get them to their country is Thailand, right? So Michelin star started there because they wanted that, okay, we'll get more business through that. So it's good both ways. It's good for branding also, and it's good as a rating system also. It's good. Not just that the best 3 Michelin star restaurant would be very good. They may not be as per your liking, as per your taste. There are many examples like that. Success of a restaurant. Yeah.
Sorry, why don't we have a Desi version? How come there's no Desi star or grading or ranking?
So many people have asked me to do that. I said, no, I don't want to get into that business because I believe that we still need more encouragement. We need more. There is still time for people because even today there are not too many chefs who own restaurants there. We still need to get there. So there is time. Every time.
All right. So one last tiny question, if you could.
Yeah.
So one last one comes from Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne asks, what do your kids like more, mummy ka khana ya papa ke haath ka khana? That's just one question. Sorry.
Okay, ji. What do your kids like more, mummy ke? So there are dishes. Some dishes she cooks better. Some dishes I cook better. And they are smart. बहुत स्मार्ट है हमारे बच्चे, हमारे जैसे स्मार्ट हैं. तो उनको पता है कि कौन सी चीज उनको दिल कर रही है और कौन वो उसको बनाएगा उस समय. तो उसके साथ में then they will say, oh, we are missing your biryani.
Oh, wow.
Children are not innocent.
They're smart.
कब से बता रहा हूँ कि children are not innocent. People don't understand this point.
No, not at all. My children are not. I can tell you that.
Okay, Sanjeev
Right.
Kapoor, one-man industry, great honor, great pleasure for us. Please, I know you're busy, get on with it, but thank you so much for coming here, sir. Love and respect.
Thank you, Cyrus. Thank you, Andres. Thank you very much. Sorry, my apologies.
No, absolutely not, sir. All good.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Okay, catch us on any of the podcasting apps, please. We beg you, we need you. Send us your questions on Twitter on Cyrus Says In, or you can email us, even if you're not female, on whatcyrussays@gmail.com.
Given the unprecedented times our nation is going through, where positive is now a dreaded word, Smile India gets you delightful news from across the country about people and places that continue to spread the much-needed hope and positive vibes. I am Shifa Maitra, and you can hear Smile India with me every Thursday on the IVM app, website, or wherever you get your podcasts from. Oh, and did I tell you Smile India is available in both English and Hindi.
Are you looking for finance products and services that can enhance your personal finance experience? Are you looking for a space to talk about your financial product or service? And are you looking for a crisp talk show where the conversation is all about money? Well, your search ends here. Hi, my name is Anupam Gupta and I'm host of the Paisa Paisa podcast, and I invite you for the conversation about your personal finance on each Monday on the IVM podcast app or the website or on any podcast streaming platforms. See you folks.